And we are your hurricane headquarters, tracking Tropical Storm Elsa that eventually is expected to move into the Gulf. This should be early next week, and the early forecast models are taking this storm away from southeast Texas. But we are dealing with our own tropical moisture heading into this holiday weekend. Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn with us, keeping tabs on things in the Storm Tracker Center.
That's exactly right. Looks like Elsa way out in the eastern Atlantic, obviously not an issue right now. It'll move quickly through the Caribbean and could enter the Gulf of Mexico as early as, say, late Monday into Tuesday. Official forecast from the Hurricane Center does show that as it then turns to the north as we work on into Tuesday as the ridge of high pressure breaks down to its east. Otherwise, right now, not much on radar. Really wasn't much as expected across the area today. Current temperatures in the mid 80s to around 90, and will fall into the lower 80s by 10 p.m. The weekend forecast has been a huge headache. It's all dependent upon where the front stalls, but may not be that bad up in the lakes area this weekend. And a scattering of showers and thunderstorms, maybe numerous activity here in the Triangle coming up on the 4th of July. Why and what on that in just a few minutes.
Wednesday's drenching downpours revealed some serious drainage issues in Beaumont. 2.5 inches fell in less than an hour, and the city's storm sewers just couldn't keep up. Some of the biggest issues were along 11th Street. At the worst of it, the road looked like a river. 12 News reporter Cameron Seibert is with us live here at 6 with what business owners and the city are saying about the ongoing issues.
Yes, Jordan, I'm on 11th Street tonight where I've been meeting with some store owners after yesterday's rainfall. These are the people typically impacted after flooding occurs. Wednesday afternoon in Beaumont, a burst of rain led to serious flooding on 11th Street.
And we were impacted a whole lot. Our cars, we had to move our cars further away. This parking lot was so full of water.
The rain didn't last long, but it came down fast and accumulated quickly in the roads and parking lots, forcing drivers to take alternate routes home.
The entire road right here, people couldn't even drive down it. I had to turn and go against traffic just to try and make sure I made it through without my vehicle getting flooded.
Beaumont and the area around 11th Street have become known for poor drainage, and it's something these businesses say needs to be addressed.
It happens all the time. Every time it rains, the parking lot be full of water. It messes up our business also because the customers can't get into the parking lot.
The city director of Public Work and Technology Services says they're aware of the issues yesterday between 11th and 21st Streets. TD6 doesn't have pumps to remove water.
Well, we just got simply overwhelmed. I think we got, by the rain gauges, almost 3 inches of rain in about 35 minutes. We put in for grant money for some larger scale drainage projects.
It's clear the drainage issues are nothing new. A study by Lockwood, Andrews, and Newnham that was presented to the City Council last year showed Beaumont's stormwater system was, quote, functionally deficient in several locations. Folks along 11th Street say they hope these issues can be resolved before the next serious storm. We will, of course, stay in touch with the city and the drainage district. But for now, reporting in Beaumont, Cameron Seibert, 12 News.
Cameron, thank you. Right now, the building battle continues in Beaumont. The city has scheduled a town hall meeting July the 13th to listen to what the community wants them to do with the old AT&T building. City officials say they want the community's input. Should the city buy the property on Main Street? The council debated the purchase in executive session earlier this week during Robin Mouton's first meeting as mayor. Now, some see the property as a crucial piece of a puzzle to revitalize downtown and the waterfront. Others disagree. The July 13th meeting will be at 6 o'clock at the Event Center. New at 6, a parvo problem at the Beaumont Animal Care. Shelter officials tonight asking folks not to bring cats to their facilities as they try to get a handle on the outbreak. This announcement coming during what's typically known as kitten season. In all, more than 40 cats affected by the parvo problem. 12 News reporter Christiana Ramos talked with shelter officials tonight to find out how they're dealing with this.
Yeah, Jordan, Beaumont Animal Care tells me that the parvo problem got so bad that they were losing 1 to 2 kittens a day. It was something they weren't used to at the shelter. Shelter officials say they don't know how exactly the parvo outbreak happened, but they had been treating sick kittens more frequently than usual. They warned adopters to look out for illness in cats and to go get them checked by a vet. One adopter listened to the advice and got their cat tested, and it was positive for parvo. That's how Beaumont Animal Care found out all 40 of their cats were exposed.
Unfortunately, there's not one specific medication to treat parvo. You kind of have to treat symptoms as they go. So it's really a costly and timely manner that we would take to treat all of them. Fortunately, we were able to have a local rescue pool all of our cats, and they have the resources, the time, and the space to treat them.
Right now, Beaumont Animal Care says they won't be taking in any more owner surrender or stray cats because of the risk of them catching or bringing in parvo. Shelter officials say they will be taking the opportunity to thoroughly disinfect the cages and cat rooms while there aren't any cats in the shelter. The shelter recommends if you find a stray cat, take it to the vet before bringing it into the shelter. Live in studio, Cristiana Ramos, 12 News.
Now to a crime alert in Beaumont. Police need help finding a suspect who they say was involved in a robbery near Parkdale Mall. Today, they released photos of the suspect's vehicle. A closer look here. Police say a man wearing a blue hooded sweat top with black pants and a U tattoo under his eyes robbed two people in the parking lot at 6155 East Tex Freeway. The victims say that they thought that man was armed with a handgun. The suspect's green Honda has no front bumper, and it has a spare donut tire on the driver's side. That's the best image right there. If you know anything about this robbery, call Crime Stoppers at 833-TIPS. On the COVID front tonight, a Harris County jury, a grand jury, has decided not to indict a fired Harris County public health doctor who was accused of stealing 9 doses of the COVID vaccine and administering them to family and friends. Back in December, county officials alleged that Dr. Hassan Gokul stole a damaged vial of the Moderna vaccine while working at a vax site. The doctor has always maintained that the doses were about to expire and otherwise would have been thrown away. The grand jury's decision comes after a judge in January dismissed a theft case that had been filed against Gokul.
When someone agrees with you and when you say something, there is a closure to that. I no longer have people saying that, no, we're still going to take you, indict you or have charges, etc. In many ways, it is a closure. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of damage done along the way.
Yeah, back in March, the Texas Medical Board dismissed an investigation against Dr. Gokul. The board also found that there were no protocols for him to follow and that he relied on state guidance not to waste the vaccine. Monthly child tax credits should start going out 2 weeks from today. They'll be sent in the middle of every month for the rest of the year. And since they're starting halfway through the year, only half of the money will come in monthly. The rest will be sent as part of next year's tax refunds. For more info on what is kind of a complicated scenario, just head to 12newsnow.com.